we learned anything from this week's round of Champions League football, one thing is very obvious. That means many people need to swallow their words and the disrespect Bayern Munich faced. I mean, from the pundits I listened to, your ESPNs, all the pundits who said PSG was going to convincingly triumph over Bayern Munich. I mean, it's disrespectful because if you're talking about football this season, I think Bayern Munich and Arsenal are the two teams who have been very convincing this season. And when it comes to the Champions League, it's Bayern Munich, Arsenal, and Inter Milan, who are undefeated. But we all know how Inter Milan acts when the going gets tough. So Bayern Munich, and even with Arsenal have been defeated in the Premier League. They lost to Liverpool earlier this season. But Bayern Munich is on a 16-game record, 16 wins, 0 loss. If you watched PSG over the weekend against Nice, PSG was not that convincing. PSG was really all over the place. They struggled to break down Nice. And they've not been convincing in the league. And it's through no fault of them. Their football has not been as interesting as you thought, as you expected it to be last season because of injuries to some of their big players. But then it is not shocking that Bayern Munich goes to Paris Saint-Germain and does that. If you contrast styles, another team that has been performing very well this season and from what we are learning about Champions League is Arsenal. This season is really the season of Arsenal. Arsenal have been phenomenal in the Champions League, and I think Arsenal has come of age to be the favorite to win the Champions League, no doubt. And you mean the thing about being favorite is consistency and showing up at certain levels. I mean, for a very long time, Arsenal couldn't even show up in even the quarterfinal of the Champions League. But as of today, a place like the semi-finals is becoming more like a normal place for Arsenal to be. This shows that in Europe, they are definitely becoming one of the favorite teams to win the Champions League this season. And yesterday I watched them against Slavia Prague. In the first half, nothing really exceptional. They get a penalty. Fine, I have my opinions on that. But then in the second half, bang, 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 3-0. They really mean business. And from this week in the Champions League, Arsenal is like one of the best teams you should look out for in winning the Champions League. And who can forget one of the other big games? Liverpool versus Real Madrid. This was like one of the biggest things, biggest games this week. And it's crazy that I still think Xabi Alonso's Real Madrid has a lot more to do. But then again, when it comes to Liverpool, give Ekitike that chance. Give Ekitike that chance. Don't tamper with the team. I don't know why there's too many additions. The old team is good enough to lift you to glory.